This next question is perfectly timed because we're about ready to go there. So the question is, Layflat Books. What's the difference between books and albums? I'm glad that you asked. That's one of my favorite things to talk about. Okay, so let's start with just kind of a description of our Layflat Books. Looks like we have a little Christmas that's spilled onto this one.
We put a Christmas tree in the back here. Yeah.
Okay, so to answer the question very specifically before we get into this, that way it'll give you a chance to respond if you have additional questions. The main difference between a Layflat book and an album is going to be the Layflat book does not have an insert in it.
Which, you mean thick pages, right?
Exactly, yep. So in an album, you're going to have a thick page that is going to be a little bit more stout or a little bit more rigid, okay? That's because you have the paper, I'll show that to Connor here. You have both widths of the paper, and then this one happens to be the thin insert, and then that gets glued in between. So then it creates a more of a rigid style page, okay? With a Layflat album, you do not have an insert inside of it. So it is literally the width of the two pieces of paper that are glued together. See if we can put both of these in the screen together. I don't know if we can or not. Did I get that, Connor? So, yeah. Perfect. Okay, so that shows you the difference there. Now, my take on the Layflat books compared to the albums is I consider them to be one price point, okay? Because I think if you're in the sales room and you're trying to explain to somebody why an album that has a thick page and a Layflat book that has a thin page, the album is maybe $500 more or $700 more, I think you're gonna lose out on the sale of the album because people are going to be like, well, I don't see the difference. I don't understand why that's more. Yeah. So I consider it to be one price with a thick insert, a thin insert, or a Layflat album, or a Layflat book. So we call them technically two different things, but in my world, these are the same.
And Matt, like a book, you can fit more images in there. You can do different products. So you're saying you don't do price per thing. You would do it how they want to use it. So if they need a lot of images, you'd sell the book at the same. You're doing the same amount of work too, right? Like same design, same amount of work.
Yeah, and that's a really good point that you brought up. You know, at the end of the day, the price that goes into these, you know, we do them so efficiently and so effectively here that the price point is crazy. Your time. You know, and the number of retouches and edits and design work and all the things that go into these, you know, you have to take that into consideration when you're doing your pricing. You know, if you're paying $150 for an album or a Layflat book, you don't want to turn around and sell it for $200.
Right.
And be okay with making $50. You want to price those, taking into consideration all of your time, your equipment, your insurance, all the things that go into that, okay? So I hope that answered that question. If not, definitely let us know. Okay, now let's talk about, do we get a hardcover here? No, we have another Layflat book here. So I'm going to show you one more thing that I love about the Layflat albums. It's a more recent edition, so we did add rounded corners. If we can put both of these together. I do love the rounded corners on the album. So you can see the back one does have the rounded corners. The front one has the square corners. Okay. Cool. All right.
Hey everyone, thanks for checking out White House Custom Color on YouTube. Don't forget to check the description below for more information, and also smash that subscribe button for more exclusive content from White House Custom Color.